Hello, it is Jennifer of Jens's Garden, and I am amongst the lovage right now. If you want to look at the leaves, they'll remind you a little bit of parsley, and they'll also remind you of celery, especially when you smell it. You see the stalks here. So lovage is this great culinary one that I used with blanking. No, that I use with chicken. So this is kind of how bushy it is right now, just starting to flower on top. I really probably could have cut it before it started to flower. That one was similar. So this is the one I just harvested. A lot of times when I'm doing things, I'm just going to go through and cut it 2/3 down. But then I also want to see where the leaves are. So this is how much I've taken off of this one. So I have all this. And how I did it is I wanted to leave two main big stalks on each. So one was the bottom, one was up top here, and then I cut the top of that, which was probably similar to that coming off there. So I maybe just did 1/3 of this plant, leaving, again, two good stems coming out, so it would have enough leaves and energy. I even went so far as some of these stems here, cutting off just the tops of it. I didn't cut this top, but I cut that lower top. I cut the big one off of here, leaving like again 1, 2. There's a lot of little ones sprouting out. So this one is nice where it will sprout out coming up from the bottom around the original stalk of it. So I'm going to get a lot of babies. So also doing that, cutting off the top is going to allow more light to come in from these bottom plants. I'm not harvesting the bottom plants yet. Probably do that next go around depending on how big they are. So that's harvesting lovage, and I'm simply going to put it in the dehydrator. I could cut it up fresh if I was making some chicken tonight. There you go, all those stalks. And then you can see a little sprout coming in over here and then over here. So they're just gonna, from within itself and the outer, right, from the inner and the outer, it will just continue to grow new growth. So cutting it down is going to help that new growth, or trimming it, we'll say trimming it. Now I even left enough on this. If I was going to cook tonight and I wanted to come back, I could take a few of these leaves. It wouldn't harm it. So it's this fine balance of like, oh, I don't want to cut it, I want to let it grow, versus let me cut it so it can continue to grow. And that's a balance that you kind of have to start having confidence in learning and just doing it. But my rule of thumb, if I'm leaving at least 2 stems, I've left enough life that it can continue. This is not a flower where I pinch off and a new one's going to come, but it's going to allow more growth to come from underneath when less energy is going up top. Does that make sense? And then also, more light will come down to hit those. And if I just let it go to flower, it might get a little too bitter or a little sparse. So there you go. Trimmed? I'm trimmed. Let me go trim this one.